Welcome back to Making Food Monday. This week, I have decided to run a little experiment, and I don't do this very often, but we haven't made a dessert in quite a while, and I am overrun with carrots. They're building up in my refrigerator like crazy, so I need to find a way to use my carrots. So today, we're gonna make some candied carrots. For today's recipe, we are going to need ginger, allspice, cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon. We're also gonna need butter. I'm gonna use monk fruit. You can use sugar if you would like, vanilla, some slivered almonds, and of course the star of today's show is going to be our piles and piles of carrots. I don't know exactly how much is here, but I will figure that out as we go along. So that should be all we need for our recipe today, guys. We are super thankful that the school that our kids go to deliver free lunches every day, and it's gonna continue throughout the summer, thanks to a grant that they got because of the pandemic that's going on. But every single day, they deliver a little bag of carrots for each of our kids, and they're tired of carrots. So we have a huge pile of carrots that we need to figure out what to do with. That's what sparked this idea. Now, this is coming from a place of, well, we can make candied yams for Christmas. Why can't we make candied carrots? So I'm going to put my carrots into this measuring cup so we can see how many carrots we actually end up with. This is my first 4 cups. You can see that's almost exactly 4 cups of carrots are going into my pot. Okay, there is my second 4 cups. That's almost exactly 8 cups of baby carrots. Up next, I'm gonna melt about 1/2 cup of butter. Now once I get my butter melted, I'm gonna start adding my spices. First up, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Then I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. There's 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. 1/8 teaspoon of allspice. 1/8 teaspoon of allspice. And I only want a tiny, tiny bit of cloves. So I'm gonna add about 1/2 of my 1/8 teaspoon scoop of cloves. So my tiny, tiny little bit of cloves is like a 1/16 teaspoon. It's like 1/2 of my 1/8 teaspoon scoop. Tiny, tiny bit, because a little bit of cloves goes a long ways, guys. And next up, I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And the last thing that I'm gonna add is 1/4 cup of my monk fruit sweetener. Now you can use sugar if you prefer. 1/4 cup to sweeten it. Then I'm gonna mix all of those yummy flavors together to make a delicious little buttery sauce to go over our carrots. So the reason that I'm adding monk fruit instead of sugar is because Daddy and I are trying to keep our carbs kind of low. Now, carrots aren't necessarily keto friendly, but they're keto neutral. If you eat a lot of carrots when you're on a keto diet, it can actually give you too many carbs for the day, but you can have some carbs while you're on the keto diet. So we like to say that carrots are sort of a sometimes food. So I'm making a carrot dessert. I'm gonna try not to add any carbs to those carrots, which is why I'm using monk fruit. Now, this is also an experiment. I don't really know how to make candied carrots, and as many recipes as I looked up, I couldn't really find one that would really do what I wanted it to do. So I'm making this one up as I go, and I've just tasted my buttery concoction, and I think it's probably not quite sweet enough. So I'm gonna add 1/4 cup more monk fruit. I would suggest, though, that you taste yours and see if that's as sweet as you want it. 1/4 more of monk fruit. That ought to sweeten it up quite a bit. That's better. That's a lot sweeter. It's gonna make a much better dessert. One of the most important things for us to do as we're working with a pressure cooker is to make sure we add enough liquid or water to the bottom of the pot that we will be able to actually build up the steam needed to seal it. So I've added my 1/4 cup of water, and then I'm just gonna pour my buttery caramely goodness over the top of my carrots. And that is it, guys. It is time to seal up our pot. Now I'm gonna go down to my chicken function because that's my high pressure, and I want these carrots nice and soft. I'm gonna go to my time cook and bring the time down to 5 minutes. And that should make them nice and soft. Okay guys, my time expired and I have let my pot pot sit here for 2 full hours. So my pressure is already naturally released, of course. So the first thing I'm gonna do is stir all of this yummy goodness in so that we have all those flavors mixed into all of these carrots. Now it looks like I'm going to need to cook off some of this water. So I'm going to turn my pot on. So stop that. And then I'm gonna go down here to my sear roast function and I'm gonna turn that on just so we can boil off some of this water. So now as these are heating up, I'm sort of aggressively stirring them to try to break them up a little bit because I'm going to puree half of them, but I'm going to leave half of them just sort of mashed to see which way they actually taste better. So aggressively stir that while we boil down some of that water. Okay guys, at this point, I feel like I could serve this the way it is, but I'm not sure my little Smartypantses are gonna like the texture of this. So I'm gonna take it a step further. I am going to transfer some of this into my Vitamix. And I'm gonna take some of those carrot-shaped pieces and turn them into a puree. Candied carrots topped with candied slivered almonds. Okay guys, I've got it ready and it's plated. Now we need our
guinea pigs.
Do it!
Guinea pigs! Pig!
Oh, I saw a pig try to escape. I saw that one. And a daddy pig! Who wants to try the dessert?
I have to go first.
Who thinks carrots would make an awesome dessert?
Me.
You do? Awesome, you're first.
Mmm.
Do you like that? Is that super de-duper awesome?
Only if you put more sugar in it.
You want it with more sugar?
Needs more sugar.
Okay, so Jackson thinks it should be a little sweeter. What do you think of it though? Does you like the flavor? Yeah? Does it make a good dessert? How many thumbs are you gonna give that, baby?
Bigger than anybody. Bigger as the whole earth.
Really? You really like it, huh? Thanks, man. Let's see. It's like Jordan is all set.
I'm not.
Are you skeptical?
Yes.
Okay.
Because of what it looks like?
No, just because.
It's carrots.
Yeah, like,
right.
I don't know if that'd make a good dessert.
Let's do it.
I do love almonds though, so.
Could it help you?
Oh, that was harder than I expected. Good though. It's not bad. It does definitely need those almonds though. It's really not as bad as I thought it would be.
So, do you think it's good, or is it just not terrible?
No, it's good.
Yeah? Nice. So, how many thumbs are you gonna give it?
I'm gonna give that 10 thumbs.
Yeah. Thanks, man. All right, should we go with Mia now?
Can I just get this over?
Absolutely. Are you skeptical that this is gonna be good?
I have no idea what that means.
Do you think it's gonna be good? Or do you think, yeah, that's a terrible idea?
That's a terrible idea.
All right, taste it. Let's see if it was a terrible idea. You guys keep getting all these carrots that you won't eat, so. That's gonna be a hard no for you? How many thumbs do I get for that, Miss Malia?
It tastes like carrots. I don't know what Jackson means by, like, it tastes like a dessert.
Well, they got candied nuts in theirs, and you didn't get any candied almonds, so you didn't get the good part. Would you like to taste a candied almond?
No. Actually,
I could give you one. Just taste it. All right, I'm not winning any awards over here. So let's move on to Dad. Dad,
okay.
What do you think of the idea of candied carrots for dessert?
Interesting.
All right.
I think it's a great idea to use if you have a surplus of carrots.
Because we have a terrible surplus of carrots. All right, let's see what you think.
Okay, well. It's not bad. It's not the best thing I've eaten, but it has a very particular taste of it. It tastes like carrots, but it's not like carrot. What? No, it's like okay. It's an interesting taste. The texture of the almonds make a huge difference. Yeah, the almonds, the texture. You gotta put some texture in this thing, otherwise you'll be like eating baby food.
Yeah, that's.
So, how many thumbs are you gonna give that, Dad?
1.5. Oh, that bite was good. That was the almonds, the candy almonds. Oh, that's good. Has a hint of orange. I like that. Probably a 1.5 thumbs.
All right. So not so great.
Not so great, but it's not bad.
Okay, thanks, Dad. Okay, guys, my final thoughts. I give this full 2 thumbs up. This was really, really good. It's exactly what I intended it to be, which is amazing. I wasn't sure it was gonna turn out the way I wanted. It did turn out exactly the way that I had hoped, and I will go ahead and puree the rest of those carrots because it turned out really good. The one thing that I didn't show you guys that I should have, because now that I added them to the carrots, I think, well, yeah, of course it has to be that way, is the candied almonds. And that's because I thought maybe you could just put regular almonds on top, but no. You can. It won't be terrible if you put regular almonds on top, but these candied almonds were delicious, you guys. I used about a tablespoon of butter. I used probably a tablespoon of monk fruit, half an orange. I squeezed the juice into the pan, and then I cooked it down until it turned into a candy. And that was absolutely delicious with those almonds. It was probably about half a cup of slivered almonds that I put in there, and it was just perfect the way it turns out. I just stirred them and stirred them and stirred them on the stove until it turned into a candy. And then of course I set them aside and put those candied almonds on top of the carrots. And you guys, they were delicious. Yes, definitely do that. I'll probably do this again. If we keep getting all these carrots from the kids for school, I found a way that I like to eat them. So I'm gonna go ahead and make them. So who thinks I should make more candied carrots?
Me.
Who would eat them if I made more?
Me.
The more I ate of it, the more I liked it. I thought it was really, I was very pleased with it. It was really good.
I really wasn't expecting it to be any good at all, but then it was actually not bad. I think it definitely needs those candied almonds.
I'm surprised that it turned out exactly the way I was hoping it would. I thought it was good. It definitely, like Jordan said, needed those candied almonds because I think plain almonds would have just been a little bit more plain. It's not essential, but I think it adds an extra little yummy kick to it. But for now, I think I should probably just put my Smartypants to bed. So,
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Want to make this channel strong? Share it with your friends. And now, good night, YouTube. See you tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. Boo! This is how I like my candy carrots. No.